Has Trump and Netanyahu finally gone and blown up this war in Iran? Is Pauline Hanson ploughing the same path here in Australia as Trump? And stay tuned for my take on how this whole mess up in the Middle East can be fixed.
Gregory, how are we?
Good.
I tell you what,
Yes.
there's a lot of, more crap than usual going down in the Middle East at the moment. But
Oh, my God.
But
The war that won't go away.
the war that won't go away. But the most important thing is your best mate Trump,
Oh, I love Trump.
who's paired up with the other
knucklehead.
dodgy guy, the other knucklehead, Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
Now apparently they've both chucked
They're not talking.
they've chucked their toys out of their pram.
Everything's out of the cot.
Right. So what's going on? Why aren't they talking? What's wrong with those two? You're telling me something about you reckon it's because Trump started the war for one thing and Netanyahu started for something else.
Yeah, and now Trump turns up with his plan of how to finish the war, and they don't agree with the way to finish the war, and now they're in no talkies.
They're no talkies now.
Yeah. Well, the paper is saying that Trump really made the war about oil.
Yeah. Well, it's
Where
about power. About
Netanyahu
money, really,
made the
right?
war about power and money.
Yeah, his stance in the area and all that kind
So
of thing.
they started a war on a different stance. No wonder it's going to finish in tears, because Iran wasn't looking for a war.
Well, they weren't, and that's the thing. But I mean, this is a trend that's happened in America for a long, long time.
How dare you say Vietnam was the war that they shouldn't have had?
A lot of these countries they invade, they're certainly not bloody looking for wars.
Well,
that's for sure.
This smells like, tastes like a duck. It swims like a duck. It's probably a duck, and it's a bit like the Vietnam War.
Well, I know that you and your best mate Trump, you're not exactly you don't agree with Trump, and you're saying that it's because Trump is just very forward in the way that he talks about everything that he talks about.
No,
really,
he's got a whole plan under. There's an underbelly of the plan.
What's the difference between him though, and Sleepy Joe before him, and Crooked Obama, and everyone else before that, all the Bushes? They're all the bloody same, mate. They're all the bloody same. They all have their own agendas. They're all doing it for money. They're all doing it. So you're angry at Trump. Are you telling me you're angry at Trump just because he's got the balls to go out there?
He's a smarter crook.
Just because he's got the balls to go out there and say it how it is, rather than be a politician, you're annoyed with Trump because of that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Probably he's brazen, in your face, the way that he's trying to undermine and rip down democracy in America.
Because Biden and Obama were just as crooked. They did just as many stupid things. They started just as many stupid wars. Obama started way more wars than Trump ever has. So therefore, right, you're annoyed with Trump. Are you telling me you're annoyed with Trump just because he's being more brazen about it?
I think so.
Well, that's a fucking bullshit answer, mate.
Well, sorry.
Sorry for the F-bomb. Right, I'm very passionate about this.
I'll speak to him about that later.
But that's a terrible answer, Greg, because right, the shit's still going down anyway. What people are absolutely sick and tired of is politicians being politicians. They're sick of it, right? Because in this day and age, in this world, we can find out information at the click of a finger. So we don't need politicians to be pulling the wool over our eyes like they did, as you said, in Vietnam and everything else.
Trump, every time he opens his mouth, everybody is saying, here comes another lie. Now, we all know politicians lie.
I was about to say that.
But Trump has made it amazing. He's made it special. Whenever somebody says, Trump says, I was talking last night, Iran called. No, they didn't.
Mate, they call him up on his phone. Hello, this is Iran.
They don't even know who the leader is to call him. He blew them all up. And everybody goes, nah. I mean, we talk about this. I go to a cafe. We all know each other. We all talk about things. Not the pub test anymore. It's the cafe test. And, of course, we just all laugh. And we bring up things and we talk about Trump and we go, no, it's not true. I mean, how would it be that, the most powerful man on earth and everybody goes, nah.
Right, okay, I'll give you that, right? He absolutely is out there, and he's not afraid to just kind of BS his way through it. Like, there's no doubt about that. But what people love about Trump and respect, and you've got to understand this because this is how people think, they absolutely had a gutful, like of the piece of work that we have here in Australia, Spineless Albanese, and right, they've had a gutful of career politicians.
Like, you know what? Correct.
So Trump...
People have had a gut full of career politicians. But remember, Trump's not a career politician somewhere.
No, he's not.
But he handles his life in the way of a career politician, in the way he deals with it. And his art of the deal is just holding the biggest card.
Being a bully.
He's a bully. He's got the joker.
Yeah,
and
right.
He thinks that's a deal. It's not a deal.
Okay.
You just got the joker.
Yeah, totally. So, but at the end of the day, people would definitely argue that if you've got a joker, well, at the end of the day, that is you've won the deal, right? Because you do have the bigger card, right?
Yeah.
So, but the facts are that in regards to Trump, I believe that I'm not a fan of Trump as much as you say that I am, but I'm not a fan of any politician. So any politician on any side, I think they're all terrible.
That's why Pauline Hanson runs the chance that in 2 years' time, when we have an election, we may see scenes we have never seen before.
Yeah, I think we will. And it's because people have had a gut full of career politicians.
Unusual woman who doesn't really have an outstanding energy of leadership, but she's passionate and strong about what she believes, and people will follow that.
Yeah,
and
she's
they
polarizing.
Feel that we have a stronger chance of Pauline telling us the truth than Albanese.
Oh,
and
mate,
that
you have a stronger chance of anything happening than Albanese.
That could drive from Perth to Sydney.
Yeah,
and people will say, you know what, I've had enough. I've had enough of the idiots like Trump and the idiots like Joe Biden.
But that's what they did in America, Greg.
Idiots like Albanese.
That's what they did in America, though, because they had enough of career politicians like Obama, like Biden, like Bush. That's why Trump's there.
That's why they gave Trump a chance.
Now look at the moron that he was up against, cackling Kamala, right? Another career politician, complete moron, has no idea what's going on.
Can't work that out.
Why on earth would the Democrats put her forward?
300 million people, and all they could come up with was her?
Was her, right?
Really?
That was the stupidity of all stupidity.
We could all see that was going to be a train crash.
Right. And then what happened, the more they indicted him, the more they put shit on him, the more they gave him crap, what happened to Trump's ratings? Straight up. Now, we're seeing the exact same thing happening in Australia with Pauline Hanson.
We are.
The more crap the media puts on her, the more BS they try and serve her ratings keep going up.
But Trump will have his day.
They've been saying that for decades, mate. No, never happened.
He will have his day. Now look at that. Else Trump then puts his poison into the FIFA boss.
Right. What's his name? Infantino. Right.
Oh, he's buggered. He's got no friends. He's got nothing.
Look, at the end of the day, mate, he's the head of FIFA. He's set for the rest of his life. He doesn't really care.
Well, you're right. He is set for the rest of his life, but he's going to walk out with it. They'll toss him out. And it all stems back from the red card thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing was a bit of a joke.
Now, of course, now they're digging into his personal life and his affairs and women that got paid off. Now they're getting into the real messy stuff. They're finding things, they've got women coming out of the woodwork now. And
but I mean, look, if you tore apart pretty much every powerful man's personal life, right, I'm sure there would be a lot of skeletons in the closet, shall we say, right? So what I'm saying is that I don't think Infantino should be drawn and quartered purely just because of his relationship to Trump. Because the way that he's operated is the same as all of them operate. They all operate the same.
Yeah, they do. But the FIFA boss is going to get belted. He's going to lose his job. And, of course, he tried to then do some sort of privatisation of FIFA. That went over like a lead balloon. So he's done. He's finished. But
he'll be right. He'll get a job in didn't Trump offer him a job as the UN head of secretary? Yeah, the head of secretary.
Yeah, they'll find somewhere to shove him.
It's a bit like the ex-Liberal MPs. They always seem to end up getting a job in a coal export company in Australia.
Trump loves it if you played ball. You got a job for life.
He loves playing the game. He loves playing the game. If you do that.
If you play his game, he's got it. But listen, the Iran war, Houston, we have a problem.
So what is the main thing at this point that you can see? Because how on earth are they going to end this thing? Because they've got a country like Iran that's not going to roll over.
No.
Right? They're like, I kind of call them a bit like, what's that creature that every time you chop off its head, they get a new one, right? He apparently keeps killing all these leaders, but there's all these new ones that keep popping up. So how on earth is this thing going to end?
I don't know, because I saw a quick podcast last night. There's 5 scenarios, and most of them don't look good.
Yeah.
One of them, the scenarios that some of the experts were saying, that it could potentially destroy all of the Arabian nations, and from Dubai right through all that. What could happen because of this whole war could completely poison that area for business, future opportunities, and society. I mean, we're talking catastrophic problem.
Who would have thought that an American president went and could cause catastrophic problems for multiple countries? Who would have thought that could have happened? Right? How crazy is that?
Well, he came into power and said, I will stop all wars, and
I'm being sarcastic, Greg, because history shows us that the Americans, about the only bloody good thing they done was World War II, wasn't it? Was anything else? They come in and save the Allies. Have they done much after that? I mean, look, don't get me wrong.
They were good and they weren't good. They were called the Doughboys. They were a bit slow in rising.
But the thing is, look, we have a very strategic alliance with the US here in Australia, and I think it makes sense. Hence the reason why they've got a bunch of warships at the top of our country and naval bases. But the thing is that where this is going to end, who knows? But America has a history of going in.
A disaster,
trying to be the big boy, screwing up the country,
Vietnam
leaving
War,
it in a mess.
Disaster.
I mean, but it's happened over and over again.
Weapons of mass destruction. Let's go and wipe them all out.
Iraq, Iran, Syria, Lebanon. I mean, where's it end? Where's it end with America, right? The world police, as they call them. But anyway, it's a big disaster. All I'm trying to say, Greg, is I don't think that Trump is the as terrible as the rest of them. I don't think he's more terrible than the rest of them. I think he's just as bad as the guy before him, right? The asleep at the wheel Biden. He's just as bad as Obama. I hate the people that go out and say, oh, Obama, what a wonderful president he was. Yes, he could speak a great speech. He was very articulate. The guy dropped more bombs than any other American president. So the thing is that pisses me off when people say that. And then all the Bushes, they're all the same. Conservative, Democrat, it doesn't matter. It's like the same here in Australia.
Well, we just got to watch this space, because this Iran war is going to be
They're playing with someone now that's not just Vietnam or whatever it may be. These guys apparently have got nuclear warheads.
This is bigger than Vietnam.
Yeah.
On steroids.
Yeah, exactly, because they're dealing with nuclear warheads now. Anyway, we've got an interesting next few weeks coming up. I'm sure this isn't the last time we're going to talk about this.
We'll talk about this again, because there'll be something else.
I'm sure there'll be some other mess that happens. Let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments what you think. How on earth is this thing going to end? Is it going to end in a good way, a bad way, in a different way? Let us know if you agree with Greg burying Trump every time he opens his mouth, or is Trump just as bad as everyone else that there was? He's not any worse than the rest of them. Let us know in the comments. Greg, thank you again. We'll see you next week. Thank you.